Marvel 2-in-1 number 17. This was released April 1976, but the cover date is July 1976. This is a two-parter crossover event between Marvel 2-in-1 and Marvel Team Up, and it's Thing and Spider-Man vs. Basilisk. This cover was done by Ron Wilson, Joe Sinnott, and John Costanza, and this begins a two-part crossover event. This is written by Bill Mantlo, with Sal Buscema and Mike Esposito as artists. This City of Fire. So, Marvel went back to the well of the Doctor Doom time machine one too many times. Spider-Man's just come back from time, and he's really, really tired. And here's the platform, he's looking at it, and look at the weird colorization here. This is probably a weird print error. There's white around his blue and red. Meanwhile, Thing is investigating all the volcanoes that are going on. He thought he solved it in the last Marvel 2-in-1 with Kazar, but he did not. So here we are flashing back to his adventures with Kazar. And they fought a dude that was harnessing the power of the volcanoes. And they fought that guy and they succeeded, but now Thing comes up against a new threat. And Thing encounters Basilisk, who was a villain that turned up in several comics before this. He looks pretty cool here, and he defeats Thing, and Thing comes to, and of course Thing has to fight this guy. Basilisk is a pretty neat character. He can shoot from his eyes. He's harnessing the power of the volcanoes. He wants to destroy the planet. And he freezes the Thing, and harnesses all the heat from volcanoes, and of course that thaws off the Thing, who then attacks a Basilisk again. Meanwhile, Peter Parker is at home, and there's a huge tremor, and what erupts from that is a huge volcano in the middle of New York. And so Spider-Man goes to investigate it. There's more shock waves. And here it is, right in the water, and Spider-Man is confused. Everyone's startled by this thing. And Spider-Man makes a little platform for himself to splash into the water and, stand in the water. And so Spider-Man hopscotches along the water with these webbing platforms, and the volcano erupts again and almost gets him. He then discovers some shadowy figures up top. More lava ensues, and Spider-Man's stunned, but he encounters Basilisk lifting up the Thing. And if Basilisk can lift up the Thing and defeat the Thing, he can make short work of Spider-Man. And so Thing is thrown, and Spider-Man tries to recover the Thing, but Basilisk then shoots his eye lasers at Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like, what chance do I have against the Basilisk? The story continues in Marvel Team Up featuring Spider-Man and the Thing. This is number 47. This was released April 27th, 1976, but the cover date is July 1976. The cover art is by Gil Kane and Joe Sinnott, and here you see Basilisk handily lifting up Thing and shooting at Spider-Man. Spider-Man is like, I have to fight the Basilisk. Here's Spider-Man trying to fight the Basilisk while Thing recovers. And this is written by Bill Mantlo, and Ron Wilson is the artist with Dan Adkins as the inker. Spider-Man is fighting an uphill battle here with Basilisk, while Basilisk does his villain thing by telling Spider-Man his plot and also how he became the Basilisk. He stole this old ancient jewel, and while he was stealing it, a security guard shot him, but actually shot the jewel. The jewel exploded. And all of the qualities of the jewel, I guess, went all over this guy, and he became this creature. Basilisk fought Captain Marvel and encased him in a little jewel, so that's pretty powerful. He also fought Spider-Man as well, and the Fantastic Four. He's fought a whole bunch of dudes. And they don't really use this character much anymore. I guess they don't know what to do with him. He's pretty neat looking, and he's pretty powerful as well. All the heroes thought they killed Basilisk, but he was encased in the stone that had given him his powers. It sort of entombed him, and the subterranean people of the Mole Man found him, and he got revived. And now he's trying to harness the power of volcanoes and The Thing went into the Savage Land to investigate why this volcanic activity was happening and fought the Basilisk. We saw all this in the last issue, and it leads up to this fight with Spider-Man. And Spider-Man continues to fight Basilisk. The thing about these old Marvel comics is the action was pretty dynamic. You could totally follow it. It was really exciting stuff. Spider-Man uses a sort of web caught to lower Thing into the water so that he can revive. Thing is revived, and Thing and Spider-Man then continue to fight Basilisk. Meanwhile, J. Jonah Jameson is wondering where Peter Parker is. He's like, we don't have any pictures of this volcano. Where's my star photographer? Well, here he is getting zapped by Basilisk. And Thing and Basilisk go at it. Thing gets shot in the face by Basilisk and lands on a police boat. Spider-Man tries to wrap webbing around his eyes. Basilisk shoots a slab of rock that he then jumps on and flies into New York and just terrorizes everybody. Spider-Man and Thing then zipline into New York, which is pretty cool. And meanwhile, everyone is being just terrorized by this dude. See, he's a pretty powerful character. He should have been in more stuff after this. I don't know where this character is in modern Marvel, but he's pretty neat. So Spider-Man and Thing trying to end his reign of terror. Basilisk tries to end Spider-Man, and Spider-Man uses a truck to get out, and meanwhile Thing beats the crap out of Basilisk. More fighting ensues, and the two heroes, Spider-Man and Thing, both punch Basilisk at the same time, and punch him right into the volcano. And the volcano explodes conveniently and disappears, and everything's fine. This is an abrupt ending. I feel like there was just no room to tell the rest of the story, and so they said, you know what, Basilisk and the volcano both explode, and they explode into nothingness, so everything is fine again, everything's reset, and the sun is shining, and that's it. The next issue of Marvel Team Up will be The Scarecrow, but we'll go ahead with the next issue of Marvel 2-in-1 in the future. I hope you like going through this with me. If you like this video, please give it a like. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.